So we have talked about the huge shift in consciousness that we are experiencing, and we have talked about coming up to that fork in the road and having to really make a decision as to what energy we're allowing into our lives. If it's going to continue being the negative energy from the matrix world that we've been stuck in our whole lives, or if it's going to be positive energy from our higher self, our guides, the universe, and fully putting our faith there and believing in that, in ourselves, and to see what we can truly create when we believe. It is incredible what can happen when you believe, because when you believe that you need to go through a 9-to-5 work day 5 days a week and that's just how it is, you believe that you have to make so much money but can only take so much money home. You believe that you have to act a certain way, you have to do things a certain way. And when you believe that to be true, that becomes your life. And thinking of anything else is just insane. But when we believe that we have so many opportunities to grow and to do life differently, realizing that we only have one shot. Well, I don't know what your beliefs are on reincarnation, but you hear a lot that you have one life, one chance, one shot. And even if you believe that you have other shots, wouldn't you want to get it right this time? Right? So it's recognizing how huge the world is and that we were not put here to work a 9-to-5 job and to go through all of those things that we've been programmed to believe is true, and that's just how life is. That's not how life is. It's not how it used to be. Can you imagine the cavemen and cavewomen wearing suits and having to dress a certain way? And I'm sure they had their own, set of rules, but it was nothing like we see today. And yes, a lot of it is to, impose some sort of order. But is it order or is it control? Who is running your life right now? Are you doing what makes you happy, or are you doing what you feel like you're supposed to do and putting what makes you happy on the back burner? Where are you going to go? And this is coming up really soon, really quick. The energy is strong right now. We've been feeling it for a few months. We know that something huge is coming, and I strongly believe, I've heard it in several different ways, that a shift is coming in November. And once you are awake to that and you see you have a choice, it is so important to just trust yourself, trust what's coming into your life, trust what feels right to you. Find what excites you the most and follow that until you cannot follow it any longer, and then find the next thing that makes you excited and follow that until you can't any longer. Bring happiness and passion into your life. Stop putting you second. Make the choice that you've been wanting to make for so long. It's here, but it's not going to stay forever. Now, yes, you have your whole life to make changes and everything, but this huge shift right now will set the scene for years to come. This is your turning point. And yes, it's one thing to go through the motions of doing it, but it's another thing to really feel it, because you can go through all the motions, but you won't see any changes. You'll start getting frustrated. Like, well, why isn't this working? I see it working for everyone else, and I'm doing what they're doing. Why isn't it working for me? The difference is what's on the inside. But how do we get that feeling, you may ask? And once you master one key thing, the rest comes pretty easily. Welcome to the Radiant Sun. My name is Kendra. I'm a spiritual life coach, and I help my clients get through the blocks in their lives to get to their ultimate success. And today we're talking about how to find the feeling that we experience when we're going through the motions of trying to pivot our life, to go down the more spiritual path, to go down the path that calls to us more. It's the path that speaks directly to our soul. It's one thing to go through the motions of maybe doing yoga or trying to meditate, but how many people, maybe it's even you, but how many people have you talked to about meditation and they say, oh, it's not really for me. I can't really sit still like that and my mind never goes quiet. It's just not for me. I can't do it. That's not exactly what meditation needs to be. Meditation is the act of observing your thoughts. It's not being in complete silence. So sitting there and viewing all the thoughts that are coming in, observing them, just letting it go like a cloud going by. Each thought is its own cloud. You can look at it, you can observe it, and then you let it pass and you go to the next thought that comes in and the next thought. And if you feel yourself kind of getting lost in the entanglement of thoughts, just try to remind yourself to focus on your breathing, and then that will kind of slow it back down. And yes, they'll still come in, but you'll figure out how to slow it down in a way where you can observe it and it's just not all clustered. That's really all we're doing. We're being conscious to the thoughts that we're thinking. We're not letting it run our lives anymore. You don't have to be sitting there nice and quiet with a clear mind. So it's not trying to go through the motions and then not having the feeling that you feel as though you should have, and then saying, oh, it's just not for me. Like with yoga, you can go through all the motions and you can be doing it right. But if you're not feeling what's true to yourself on the inside, it's not going to give you all of the beneficial properties. It's not comparing yourself to how it should be done. If you compare yourself to how everyone else is doing things and saying, well, I should be doing it like this, or I probably shouldn't be doing that, should, I say it all the time. If you should, you're going to should all over yourself. And that's nothing anybody wants to experience. So when we're trying to really make these huge changes in our lives, and knowing that it comes down to the feeling it gives us, and really opening ourselves up to that and welcoming that in, not comparing ourselves to other people, how do we get to that point? We get to that point by first learning how to love ourselves. And when I first was trying to implement this into my life, it took me so long to even say that I love myself. I went through a very, very dark time when I was growing up, and anytime I would say that, it would just feel weird. It was awkward. It was like, it kind of gave me like a pit in my stomach, like, oh God, that's like really cringy. I can't believe I did that. But over time, I would tell myself, I'm like, it's really important to love yourself. Like, why can't I say that? Why can't I believe that? And over time, I started doing little things for myself. I actually got to a point where I pretended, take this how you will, but I pretended that I was in a relationship with myself. So in terms of if I was with someone, I spoil the crap out of who I'm with. I can't help it. So I see them and I have such a passion for them and I just want them to have everything. So I spoil them. So now looking in terms of being in a relationship with myself and seeing, you know what, I deserve that too. So if I am out driving and I see Starbucks or something, typically I'd say, you know what, no, I don't have the money for that. I don't need it. It's fine. It's whatever. But if I was with someone, I would ask them, hey, do you want something? Like, no problem at all. You want a drink? You want food? Anything. So I'm like, you know what? Let's be honest with myself. I do want a drink. And looking back at everything I've done today, this week, this month, whatever, I deserve it. It's one drink. So I'd get it. And just little things building up over time, treating myself how I should be treated, because no one is going to come along and treat you right until you treat yourself right first. Just like you cannot truly love something or someone without loving yourself first. That's where it all originates. You can think that you have a love for someone. I'm not trying to knock on that, but you'll see a huge change once you start loving yourself. And then viewing that person again, it's much, much different. So finding the love for yourself opens up a door to incredible things, incredible feelings. And once you learn to just breathe, let go, and open up, everything comes flooding in. So now when you're doing yoga and you're going through all the motions and you're doing it all right, now you can be more conscious in what you're doing and remind yourself, oh, I should take this moment to slow down and just welcome in everything that's coming with yoga. All of the feelings that I'm experiencing, what does that mean to me? And you'll end up having a completely different experience than what you've had before. And with meditations, once you ignore trying to do it right and you're just there with your thoughts, being more conscious to what you're experiencing and letting yourself open up to what's coming through, sometimes you'll be very surprised at what you feel and what you experience. You can't suppress things and not treat yourself with the love and kindness that you deserve and then expect to see significant positive changes in your life. It won't happen. So if you want that great life for yourself, you need to first tell yourself that you deserve that life just as much as you deserve the love and the abundance that comes with it. Open up and feel the love. There is so much of it, and I know sometimes it really doesn't seem like that, but there are so many people in the world just unconditionally putting out love. And when you can open up, love yourself, and then put out that love and just join the collective, it is such an incredible, deep, and meaningful feeling that you have never experienced before. And once you can experience that and then you apply it to all the changes you're trying to make in your life, you won't even recognize yourself anymore. The big changes that you used to look at when you were younger, they don't seem that big anymore as far as it being a big challenge. You see it as being fun because, well, now you've opened up a door to so many incredible feelings and experiences, and now that huge goal that you once saw, you have more passion for, and now it's just coming naturally and easily. You're not having to work so hard for it because you know in your heart, in your soul, that you deserve that, and you're going to get that because you deserve that. Because you've put in all this inner work, and now it's time to reflect that. You get what you put out. So if you're not putting out that love, you're not going to be getting in everything that you're longing for. And the law of attraction, the more you want something, the more you're actually pushing it away. So first, bring it in, find the feelings deep inside of you, and ignite that. Light the flame inside of you and watch you go. You'll get everything you've always dreamed of and more. I promise you that. And I know it's easier said than done. It is quite the journey, but it is one you will never forget. And with that being said, I do just want to add, in experiencing the reality you desire, it is not the end result that you need to be paying attention to. It's not the future. The future is an illusion. The past is an illusion. The only thing real is what's happening right now. So it's not the end result that matters. What matters is what you're feeling right now. It's what you're experiencing right now. It's the journey. The journey is what will build you, inform you, and mold you into the person that you want to be. So stop looking so far ahead. That's just going to put so much stress on you. It's going to make you feel all those negative feelings that you're trying to run away from. And in running away from it, you're actually welcoming it back in. I actually went over that in my last video. So if you did want to go into that a little deeper, go back one video and check that out. But again, open yourself up and love yourself before you go and do anything. Feel the love, learn to open up and to invite everything, all the blessings, all the abundance, all the love, everything. Invite it in. Enjoy where you're at right now. And you will live the best life you have ever lived. If you resonate with this, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you think it'll benefit a friend, give it a quick share. And I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.